So let's study a little. We were talking yesterday about the laws of Shehecheyanu, and I explained that we only say Shehecheyanu on fruits that they're not around all year. So for example, apples are around all year. Anytime you go to the market, you'll see apples. So you cannot say Shehecheyanu on apples, right? And we discussed some of the laws of Shehecheyanu. One of the interesting questions is, let's say you have a fruit, and the fruit has several, let's call it subspecies. Let me give you an example. Grapes, okay? Let's say you have grapes. You have the season in Israel. In the summertime, you begin to have green grapes in the market. So you go, you bring the green grapes. The grapes in Israel are delicious, really amazing. You bring the grapes home. You say Borei Feri Ha'es. You say Shehecheyanu on the grapes. What about if later on, a week later, your wife goes to the market, she picks up not green grapes, she picks up purple grapes.
With pits? No pits.
What?
Well, they have pits inside? No pits.
Doesn't matter. What matters is, or the question we're dealing with is, do you say Shehecheyanu on the purple grapes? You already said Shehecheyanu on the green grapes, right? Do you say Shehecheyanu on the purple grapes? That's a question. Or you have right. So you have different fruits that have different subtypes. That's a question. There is kind of a mahloket among the poskim, but most of the Sephardi Hachamim, they follow the Birkei Yosef. Birkei Yosef was a Hidah, and the Hidah says that you do not say Shehecheyanu on different subtypes of the same fruit. So if you had green grapes, and you said Shehecheyanu on the green grapes, and then you come to purple grapes, and you get to eat the purple grapes, you do not say Shehecheyanu on the purple grapes. That's halacha l'maaseh. That's the way
they have pits, Rabbi? Because if the greens don't have pits, but the other ones have pits.
Doesn't matter. Zelo mishaneh. It doesn't affect the law. I'll give you a better example than grapes. Okay, you're worried about pits. Plums. There's many different types of plums. You have the longer plums. You have the plums where the inside is darker. Then you have plums where the inside is lighter. If you have one type of plum and you say Shehecheyanu, you don't say Shehecheyanu on the second type. Or another example is oranges. I saw in the market they have regular oranges, but then they also have blood oranges. So let's say the oranges come out, usually in Israel, they come out in the fall time. So let's say a person says Shehecheyanu on a regular orange, and then later on, they have blood oranges. It's considered a subspecies. And because of that, you don't say Shehecheyanu on the second type. You understand? That's halacha. That's why we make pisak halacha. Interesting question. What about nectarines?
Rabbi, I'm missing something here. You say Shehecheyanu, it's the first time you're eating it for the season? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Okay. So yesterday, what we studied was that when a person has a new fruit, and this is a fruit that wasn't in the market, it comes out, it's a seasonal fruit that comes out at a particular time of year, and it's the first time you're eating that fruit. It hasn't been in the market for a while, and now it came out. When you eat the fruit for the first time, you say two berachot. The first beracha you say is Borei Feri Ha'es, the regular beracha that you would always say on fruit. But then in addition, you also say a beracha, Shehecheyanu v'kiyemanu v'higi'anu lazeman hazeh. You say a special beracha, thanking God for having brought once again, renew the cycle of creation, that now Hashem has created these fruits, He's brought them to the world. So that's the second, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Right. And today, what the question we're asking is, what about if you have an apple and you have a watermelon? Obviously, you have to say Shehecheyanu on each one because each one is a different type of fruit. You have an orange and you have a pineapple. First time for the year. Obviously, each one is you say Shehecheyanu on. The question I'm dealing with is if you have similar types of fruits. Let's say, for example, nectarines. People, for some reason, there's a mistaken belief, and I also used to have this mistaken belief, that nectarine is a combination of peaches and what else? Who knows? Plums, right? Isn't that what you were all taught? I mean, at least that's what I was taught. And I know many Chachamim were under this impression. There's actually a book written by Tamil Chacham. It's called Or LeSion by Rabbi Sion Abba Shaul. He passed away a few decades ago. And in his book on Halacha, he treats nectarines like it's a combination of peaches and plums. It's not. A nectarine is actually just another type of peach. It has one or two slight genetic variations from a peach. Now, why is it important to know that? If I'm having a peach, and the peaches just came out, and it's the first time I'm having the peach, I say Shechianu. Let's say a week later, the nectarines come out. Do I say Shechianu on the nectarines? No, I don't. Why? Because the nectarine is just like a peach. It's basically a subspecies of the same of the same type. But let's say I had a nectarine, and now I'm going to have a plum. Do I say Shechianu on the plum? Yes, you do, because a plum is different than a nectarine, right? So you always go after the species. If it's a different species, like a plum and a nectarine, you would say Shechianu on each one of the fruits. But if it's only a subspecies, you don't say Shechianu. Is this law clear? Do you have any questions?
What if you have a grapefruit and a pomelo?
Let's deal with citrus.
Species, they look like the same species, but they're completely different fruits.
Yeah. Let's deal with the citrus for a moment. Let's say the citrus, you have different types of citrus. You have grapefruits, you have the pomelas, you have tangerines, you have the oranges, you have many different types of citrus fruits. The halacha is that on every type of citrus fruit, you would say another beracha. Let me explain. Let's say I have a pomela, right? Pomelos are big, they look like grapefruits, but they're much larger, and they have like the upper shell is like very thick, and then you peel it off. And let's say the next day I have a grapefruit. When I have the pomela, I have to say Shechianu. When I have the grapefruit, I also have to say Shechianu. Why? Because it's two different types of species.